First of all, man, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is like a dream come true, and it's not who we played or win in that, but the environment tonight, and just the turnout, the crowd, the energy. I mean, it's every coach's dream to be able to compete in that kind of environment, and then watch your guys be energized by the crowd, and I thought our guys had energy tonight, and we executed. We didn't turn the ball over, and when they made a run, we responded. Just so proud of them, man. And there's always within the team, there's always adversity and things that happen, and life throws things at you, and you got to respond to it. And today, I won't go into it, but there was some adversity that was thrown our way outside of our own doing and anything that we could control, and just to watch the guys rally around each other and really support each other and get this win tonight was just a strong testament to their character and the type of people that they are.
It felt like one of your more complete defensive performances this year. What kind of contributed to that?
I thought in the first half we did a really good job early, and then we messed up on some ball screen coverages, and they were able to make some threes. And at halftime, the team said, "Coach, I think if we do this, it will make it easier for us or better for us," right? And so the fact that they were thinking about how the problems were taking place, and they came up with the solution, that was big time. And then the second half, they went out and executed the thing that they said they wanted to do.
It appeared like Baylor's pick and roll was favoring the left side of the floor. Was that easier to make adjustments against?
Nah, I couldn't tell which side of the floor. It looked like, to me, in all my years at Baylor, we didn't, when teams were no middle defense, they didn't run ball screens on the side, and I saw them operating in the seams, which makes it hard for you to be able to keep on the side. So, yeah, I didn't think side of the floor mattered.
Could you have possibly fathomed a 42-16 advantage in the paint? It looked like you guys were really intent on getting inside.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a point of emphasis, that we wanted to get to the paint either in transition or in the half court, and the guys executed.
What was the difference for Keontae tonight?
Legs. They didn't double team as much. So legs and the ability to play one-on-one. And, it's hard to stop him one-on-one.
You feel like you had more motion in that offense, a lot of cutters coming to give Marquise targets to get the ball to?
We definitely had more movement, and but I thought Keith made the simple plays. Like, he got off the ball when he had two on him, and it allowed us, to be able to get some easy shots. And sometimes he hangs on to it too much. And today I thought he, when he was making shots, he was making simple plays.
Coach, you talked about after the game in Waco how emotional that was for you on a personal level, obviously returning to a place that's very special to you, coaching against Scott Drew for that first time. For the second time around, was it a little bit more normal, a little bit more like just another game, or were you still having some of those same emotions pre- and post-game?
Well, it was more like a normal game, but the circumstances going into this game was different than the last, right? Like last game, they had back-to-back losses, right? And so I knew at the end of that game, either we were going to lose and I wasn't going to be happy, or they were going to lose. They were going to be a 3-game losing streak. And I understand the pressure of a 3-game losing streak and what can happen, go into it. And so you never want to see the people you love go through that. So it really wasn't a lot of fun. This one, both teams are, I think, now in the NCAA tournament. I feel like, we have enough wins that we're in the NCAA tournament. Now, we're not satisfied, but I feel like we are. And they have, they were arguably the hottest team in the league, except for the last two games, the second half of the last game, and then this game. So, the circumstances are so different now that I feel like I was able to enjoy this more.
Marquise, 10 assists, 0 turnovers. just how important is it for him to be able to limit those turnovers and, as a plus, be able to dish out like he did tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, we've said all along that was our Achilles heel. And when both he and Keontae had 3 and he had 0, so that's 14 assists and 3 turnovers between the two guys that are going to have the ball in their hands the most, then that's really good. That gives you a chance. And if we don't turn the ball over, we're hard to beat.
And I asked Cam about this, but he didn't make a three-pointer tonight, but he had a lot of two-point shots. Just how much better is he when he's able to get those easy shots to fall?
Well, I think it's the ponytail, right? Like, he's gone back to the front ponytail now, and the last 2 games, and he's been a lot better. But when the guys around, those 2 guys make shots, whether it's Cam or Ish, whoever, Desi, when those guys around there, David rolling to the rim, Quan, when they start making shots, it makes the game so much easier for the other 2 guys. And so we need Cam to be aggressive and to play with energy. And so I thought, like, his rebounding, right? Like, I mean, that was his rebounding, those are energy plays.
How rejuvenating has this 2-game homestand been for you guys?
I mean, there's just no, like, substitute for being able to play at home in front of your own fans and all that. I actually went back and looked at the Big 12 schedule because, I mean, when teams play back-to-back road games, like, it's hard to win that second one. I think the school up the road was the only one that won back-to-back road games, and then we did it early. So we did it early in the 12, and they did it early in the 12. But once you hit, February and, the grind and stuff, it's just hard, that second game. And, I thought early in the second half they didn't have energy, and I was hoping we can get some separation, but then we let them back in the game, and so, but we were able to do it in the second half.
And then Baylor's backcourt is obviously phenomenal. How huge is it to hold Adam Flagler just 4 points in the game?
No, yeah, I don't think we held him to that. I think Adam had an off night tonight, and it happens from time to time. I mean, we were really, LJ Cryer's shots were incredible. Like, every time, every offensive rebound, he seemed to make a 3, that they had. And so, yeah, Adam just had an off night tonight.
You talked about when you limit turnovers, you're hard to beat. Also, you guys were able to get out in transition, get some easy baskets. That seems to have been something maybe been missing a little bit too. Did you feel like you guys did a better job of running the break?
Yeah, no, well, we, in one of our staff meetings a few games ago, we were just evaluating where we were at and how we were playing and how we can get better. And Anthony Winchester actually said, hey, Coach, early in the year we would get a rebound and you were going, go. And now we're getting rebounds and you're going, hey, hold it up. And he just asked why. And initially I was very defensive. And then I went home and I thought about it. And I watched film and I was like, man, he's absolutely right. So I came back the next day and I said, hey, AW's right in the staff meeting. Like, I am doing this a lot rather than go. And so we've tried to go back to just playing with more freedom. And so I think that's helped us.
I think you've split against every team until tonight. Is that just sort of a testament to what the Big 12 is like, that you've gone 1-1 against every team up to now?
Yeah, this league is like just really, really good, man. And I'm just telling you, I think all 10 teams in our league can win a game in the NCAA tournament. And I mean, you just look at some of the teams, like, as opposed to some of the other leagues, and no knock on any other league, but when, the team that right now has 5 wins in our league beat the second place team in some of the other leagues by 40 points, it just kind of tells you, like, what we face every night, and not just the talent of the team, but how well they are coached. And just it's it's just rough, man. It is. So you have to celebrate wins and try to figure out a way to get one. Just the next one, whatever it is.
First score of the game, Noel hits a lob pass to Keontae, and he throws it in for a dunk. Looked pretty easy. Was that something you drew up heading into the game?
Yeah, there was like multiple options on that, and that was the first one, and we happened to get it. And so, yeah, we felt like we could throw over the top some on them, and we were able to get a couple of those.
I know you're a guy who maybe is superstitious when you see something happen in one game that helps a player down the line. Is Keontae the kind of guy, if he gets his quick score like that, you think it builds his confidence and he can have a big game?
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't like really broke that down, but that is a good point. Maybe something I got to look at because we had done a thing on Keith, and when he makes a three in the first 4 minutes of the game, he was averaging 27, and so we was trying to get him three. It's just you try to look at everything that can give you an advantage, and maybe that's something I need to look at.
Tied a school record tonight, your 7th win against the AP top 25 team. Congratulations on that. How big time is that?
Man, we are blessed. God is just, and it's not. I want to say I hope it's not me. I got a terrific staff, and we got a great team, and God's just been like really, really good to us. You're like when y'all say those numbers, it's really crazy because it took a while to be able to accumulate those type of numbers when we started at Baylor, and so I don't take it lightly that we've had this kind of success early, and I know that it's a testament to the faithfulness of God and His favor on our program.
And just what kind of momentum do you guys have right now?
We momentum's a crazy thing, and it's easier to build it at home. And so, I'll let you know after the Oklahoma State game what kind of momentum we have. I do like how we're playing, and I like the energy that we're playing with. And I think as a staff, we're doing a better job of being mindful of our guys and their bodies and rest and those things.
Hey, Jerome.
How you doing, John?
Good. Obviously, you don't want to give up a double-double to Jonathan, everyday John, but it's got to be kind of heartwarming for you to see him back and playing.
Yeah, more than heartwarming, John. So I take a nap before games, right? That's one of my things. So I was the Texas Tech game when they played Texas Tech. I was laying on the couch taking a nap. The TV was on. My wife was watching the game, and there's a couple of games she switched to the Baylor game, and she hollers, "Jonathan's in the game!" And so I pop up, and man, he's out there and he's flying around, and then he hits the three, and I mean, it was everything I could do not to cry, right? Because I was there when the injury took place, and I was there that night and the next morning, and then the surgery, and then with the report from the doctor, and you're thinking, man, 2 years, maybe never. And to see his hard work and to see all that, just that young fella, man, he's just a special human being, and I'm so thankful and happy that he's back playing. And if and we know if anybody could do it, Jonathan Tchamwa Tchatchoua could,
Jerome, I think you told us when you were the interim coach in Vegas 2 years ago that LJ could be Baylor's best freshman guard, but he wouldn't get a chance to play. What have you seen from LJ over the last 2 years, and what's it been like, coaching against him now?
Oh, I hate coaching against LJ Cryer. He might be the best shooter in the country, and you can't give him space, and you always have to know where he is. He's one of the few guys in the country that you have to account for him when somebody else on the team shoots, because they do such a good job of finding him on offensive rebounding. And so, but his development, I mean, in the first half, I think he had 4 assists. So he wasn't just making shots, he was making plays. And so his development as a player, and you watch him sit down and defend. And I remember the time when he made the comment man, these dudes want me to be Patrick Beverly, right? Nah, bro, just want you to play some. And now he's he's a willing and able defender, and he fights in the post, and he just does so many good things. It's fun when we're not playing against him to watch him play and to watch his development. Well, it's not about locked in. I don't think it's ever about locked in. It's about whether we have legs or not right now, and whether we're fresh or not. And so they've got 2 days off. I'm gonna see them on Thursday night. We're gonna have a short, concise prep. We're not gonna tax their body a lot, but what we do is we're gonna go hard, and it's gonna be very short, and so that we're fresh. And then we're gonna go down to Oklahoma State and give them our very best. But they're another team that, I mean, they're just really, really good. And so we're gonna see. But it's never been. I mean, there's only been once or twice this year where I didn't think that we were like locked in. These guys care. Our guys care, and they love each other, and they do their darndest, right? And sometimes, in an effort to do. Try to win and do stuff, they make mistakes, and so that's just part of this whole thing. But they've always been locked in. You should have tossed it to him, see his hands.
Sorry. You talk a lot about this team caring. Where do you think that comes from for them to care so much about each other, winning, everything you guys talk about?
Well, they spend a lot of time together. Away from us. Marquise has done a great job of gathering them in the off season and the preseason and doing stuff together, and they've learned each other's stories, and they've all been through some things in their life, and so when you know someone's story and you understand the why of what they do, it allows you to empathize and to really and because they are high character guys, because they are really good people, that's what allows them to care, and they've got big hearts, and that's I told y'all like last time we wanted to find guys that we didn't mind losing with, and in losses you see a lot about guys' character, and when we were losing, when we lost games, we didn't see a lot of negative things, right? We saw guys that were encouraging each other and lifting each other up, and therefore that's how we knew as a staff that we had to figure out what the solution was for them because they cared. And so.
Can you explain how maybe unique or rare it is to be able to establish such a high care factor for a team in their first year together, and they don't know each other, so many new guys? Can you just explain how rare it is to maybe be able to establish something like that?
Man, I don't know. I'm going to have to coach a few more years to figure out if this is rare or not, but I hope that we have, because of the makeup of our staff and how we live life together and the example that we set for them with how we love our wives and how we love each other and how we care about each other and serve each other, that our guys see that and they want to emulate it. And that's the hope.